Hello, good morning everyone. Myself Kailas Dhanraj Devre, working as assistant professor in R.C. Patel Institute of Technology, Shirpur in Mechanical Engineering Department. My subject for this FDP is Energy Conservation and Management, in which we will discuss about clean energy. In first two videos for this FDP, in first video I have explained methods to obtain the clean energy and effect of conventional energy production on environment system. In week 2, video details is as follows, in which I have explained various standards were discussed regarding to the energy. After watching this video, the learner will able to know the impact of conventional energy system on environment, know the global ISO standards used in energy system, able to know the importance of renewable energy and calculate the carbon emission from energy sector. In this, some standards are related to the energy. First standard is ISO 50001. The purpose of this standard is used for energy management system. Second standard is ISO 140001, used for environmental management. Third standard is ISO 14064, used for quantification and reporting of greenhouse gases. And the next standard is ISO 14025, used for environmental labels and declarations. In this video, we will learn how to calculate the carbon emission. For this, I have selected combined heat and power plant. In first figure, fuel goes into the boiler, then high pressure steam is provided to the steam turbine, and through generator electricity is generated. In the second diagram, the water goes into the fuel goes into the combustion turbine, and the hot exhaust gases provided to the heat recovery boiler and steam to the process. And the another part is go to the generator for electricity generation. This is the plant, or this is the combined heat power plant. The effect of this power plant on the environment is pollutants of coal fired power plant. Different types of gases are produced due to this power plant, such as NOx, SO2, Hg, PM, black carbon and smog. For the calculation of CO2 emission, I consider the following example. The example is like, consider a hypothetical combined heat power plant system that fires a total 5000 GHz LHV of distillate fuel oil to produce the 4 energy output which is shown in table. The total emissions from this system will be computed and allocated among the 4 output streams using the efficiency method, the energy content method and the work potential method. These are the data given for the above plant, in which total energy is given, steam temperature, steam pressure, specific enthalpy, specific entropy is given. For reference, total energy is not applicable. Steam temperature 100 degrees Celsius, steam pressure 101.325 bar, specific enthalpy 419 kilojoule per kg, specific entropy is 1.3069 kilojoule per kg degree Kelvin. for steam 1, for electricity for steam 1, for steam 2 and steam 3. These are the combined data which is given in the example, and we have to find out the carbon, that is CO2 emissions. There are various steps to calculate the CO2 emissions, in which in this example the recommended default values for the US will be used 35% for electricity production and 80% for heat production. Step first, determine the total direct emission and the total steam and electricity output for the combined heat and power plant. EH is equal to 5000 GHz LHV into 74.1 kJ of CO2 per GHz LGV, which is equal to 370,500 kilojoule of CO2, in which heat is total heat for all the three steams is 3205 gigajoule, whereas for electricity which is equal to 245 gigajoule. Step 2, estimate the efficiencies of steam and electricity production. The formula for that, the total heat for steam divided by 0.8. 0.8 is nothing but heat production percentage, which is given 80%, that's why 0.8, plus 245 power for electricity generation, which is divided by 0.35, that is 35% for electricity production, and which is equal to total combination of steam and electricity or steam and power is equal to 4706 gigajoule fuel. The energy balance constraint has not been violated because 4706 gigajoule is less than the fuel consumption of the total CHP system, which is given in the example 5000 gigajoule. Next step is determine the fraction of total emissions to allocate to steam and electricity production, which is equal to EH is equal to H upon small eh divided by H upon EH plus P upon EP into ET, in which EH is the emission allocated to the steam production, H is the steam output which is energy, EH is the assumed efficiency of steam production, P is the delivery electricity generation which is also energy, and EP is the assumed efficiency of electricity generation. Whereas ET is total direct emissions of the system and EP is the emissions located to the electricity production. EP is calculated by the formula ET minus EH, that is total direct emissions minus emissions allocated to the steam production. By putting the values in the above formula, we get the value of EH and EP, in which EH, which is emissions allocated to the steam production, is 3,15,392 kilojoule of CO2, whereas EP, which is emission allocated to the electricity production, is 55,108 kilojoule of CO2. Then calculate emission rates for steam and electricity production. For steam, we have already calculated EH value for the steam and EP value for the electricity. Divide these values by the given values, that is for steam 98.4 kilogram CO2 of CO2 per gigajoule, and for electricity 224.9 kilojoule of CO2 per gigajoule. Next table shows allocated emissions and emission rate results using the efficiency method. For electricity, steam 1, steam 2, steam 3, and total. Allocated emissions are, these values are in ton, CO2 55.1, emission rates kilojoule, kilogram CO2 per gigajoule, which is 225. For steam 1, 133, 98.4. If we see allocated emissions for steam 1, steam 2, steam 3, and emission rates for steam 1, steam 2, steam 3, for first two steams, emission rates is lower than the allocated emissions, whereas for electricity generation, the allocated emissions is lower and emission rates is higher. For that, this is the disadvantage of power plant. For that, we use the renewable energy source, which is clean energy such as solar energy, wind energy. If possible, try to obtain renewable energy instead of conventional methods. This will not only reduces the air pollution but also saves the consumer's energy bill. So it lowers the carbon emission and also improved energy system reliability. Thank you.